Hey, what's up, bird? It's Spaceman Matt again, and this time I'm not talking about Doctor Who. Wow, this is my first episode where I'm not going to talk about Doctor Who. This time I'm going to talk about Mortal Engines, which is a terrific book by Philip Reeve, and it's about to be released this December, I think December 14th of 2018, as a movie by Peter Jackson. And I think that's terrific. The story is, I think, could be the next steampunk Star Wars, given that the book is so good, and it looks like Peter Jackson's movie, it seems, based on the trailer that I've seen, looks pretty faithful to the book. So the book is about future London that is a traction city, which means that cities on Earth, because of like a nuclear holocaust or something along those lines, cities on Earth became mobile in order to collect resources. They also consume other cities in the process. So it's pretty much, they call it a municipal Darwinism. It's survival of the fittest among all these cities. And in the story we get to know a character named Tom Natsworthy, who's part of the engineering guild, and he meets his hero, Mr. Valentine, I forget the first name, and he also finds out that there's an assassin named Hester who's after him. And it winds up that, in trying to get rid of Hester, he also, Mr. Valentine also knocks Tom out of the city. So they both fall to the earth at the same time. And as the story goes on, Tom gets to know Hester and find out what happened to this girl and why she's after Mr. Valentine. It's an oversimplification, but I just to give you an idea of what the story is about. Now, I like the idea of steampunk. I like the TV show The Wild Wild West. And I like the two Jules Verne novels. I read Master of the World ages ago, and that's by Jules Verne, and that doesn't stay in print too much. And then the first novel in that series was Rover the Conqueror, or sometimes also referred to as Clipper in the Clouds, or Clipper of the Clouds. And both of those stories kind of epitomize what steampunk should be to me. I mean, that's not what other people define steampunk as, but it should be, to me, it should be sort of like futuristic technology appearing in a 19th century type setting, or either the actual 19th century or a future setting that's like the 19th century, where you have sort of advanced technology that doesn't quite belong in that time period. And I've come across very few novels that do it so well. And Mr. Reeve's novel Mortal Engines is very good, does it very well, and I think that's why Peter Jackson is making it into a movie. The other steampunk story that I like, which was, the term I think was coined in the 80s, I believe, after William Gibson and Bruce Sterling came out with a book called The Difference Engine, which was, I tried reading that, it was a very difficult read, and I didn't get through it, and it was, I never read anything by Bruce Sterling other than that book. William Gibson, I find him to be a kind of, I liked Neuromancer, but I find him also kind of difficult to read. So I didn't get very far with that. Long before the steampunk term was coined, there was a book, or a series of books, and I have it here collected in Nomad of Time Streams Nomad of the Time Streams by Michael Moorcock. He's known for a fantasy series featuring Elric of Melniboné, I think that's how you say it. But I like this book and Dancers at the End of Time series, which was set in the far future. But Nomad of the Time Streams is set in an alternate. It's set in alternate realities. It's about a British soldier who crosses paths with, I believe, an Indian mystic, and he gets, and the Indian mystic curses him to watch the Earth be destroyed in alternate realities through an imperialistic dogma, through like imperialistic, through like just like imperialistic dictators and imperialistic wars going on in each of the stories. So I think that in one story, Land Leviathan may have also maybe served as some inspiration for Mortal Engines. Overall, yeah, and after that, there's not a lot. After Mr. Reeve's book and Michael Moorcock's Nomad of the Time Streams, there's not a lot of steampunk authors that I've come across. And if you've that I'd like, anyway, if there's particular ones that you've really enjoyed, please let me know. Again, I expect it to be like either the Wild Wild West or Jules Verne's Clipper of the Clouds and Master of the World. And I think you don't see, the Clipper of the Clouds has some, I guess some racist stereotypes in it, that I think that's why that one was like never as popular as like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and his other works. And Master of the World, I've seen it was made into a movie with Vincent Price, and I saw an animated version of it, and I think that's what led me to read the book eventually. But I think it's rather an interesting story. Again, it's a mad scientist who in the Master of the World, it's a mad scientist who invents a machine that can travel through the air, on land, and on sea, and he wants to show that he's a master of all those elements, and he's going to take over the world. That doesn't quite happen, but I think that that kind of story is what I really expected steampunk to be, and unfortunately it isn't, for the most part. Alright, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.